Shout out to Black Effect Network for the 3rd annual podcast festival. You know what I mean? Residual impact in the building.
Just woke up from a nap, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. We about to pitch the podcast, y'all. We about to be cool, famous. We made it. All right, so what brought you here today?
So I have a podcast on mental health. It's called Mental Health Uncut, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to network, see other Black faces, Black stories, hear Black music and podcasts and all that good stuff. So that's why I'm here.
We love seeing Black people win, and we feel like we're literally it. We just need the right person to see us, so that's why we're here.
We the biggest podcast out of Louisiana. That ain't my business, but let's talk about it.
It showed me that, we have a lot more influence in what we may think. Though we're not where we want to be, we definitely are a lot further than where we used to be at.
What's going on, everyone? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast. Hey, yo, check it. Recently, we went to the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival, which, by the way, we had a great time. It was fun. It was amazing. Great meeting new people. You know the vibes. Mm-hmm. If you guys have yet to check out that vlog that we shot at the event and all the interviews that we did, go ahead and click the link down below in the description. I'll make sure I leave it down there or beneath the pinned comment at the top. So you might have to do a little searching. It's gonna be there. Go ahead and click that. But I remember while I was editing that vlog, I actually came up with the idea to talk about what we're talking about right now.
What you talking about, Sway?
Well, I noticed that while I was editing, there was a particular content creator that stood out to me, and it was something that she said that gave me the idea for this particular video because it just intrigued me. Major shout out to the Nashante Davis.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for inspiring today's topic.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like she was actually like a hidden gem too, because I didn't realize how much of an influence she has and just for what she does. So I know y'all just got here, but what kind of brought y'all here? What are some of the things that y'all might have learned from what y'all have seen so far?
So my sister and I had a radio show, and we're thinking about transitioning from radio to the podcast world. So I kind of wanted to see what it was like, and then I absolutely love Charlemagne, his take on radio, how he positions himself. I think that he's a dope dude. So we just kind of wanted to come out and see what the vibe was about.
Okay. And I'm here to support.
You here to support?
Yes.
Okay. And I know you say you speak as well, correct? Or you talk?
So I'm a fashion therapist and a dopeness innovator. That's kind of what I do. So I work in the fashion world and the interior design world. So it's just kind of merging everything that I do together.
Okay. That explains your fit. I ain't gonna lie. You clean right now. I ain't gonna lie. You dope.
Thank you.
Okay. And the fact that she's transitioning from radio to podcasting, I'm telling you, man, she's on to something. So I think we got something that we need to talk about, man.
And it's crazy. There are plenty of other creators that are transitioning from radio to podcasting.
Yeah.
First and foremost, the Black Effect Festival was essentially hosted and created by Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
Black Effect is his network.
Yeah.
And many of us actually know Charlemagne from what?
Radio.
Exactly. So he had a long stint in radio under Wendy Williams, and then had his own show with the Breakfast Club. And that show has been running for how long?
Man, at least over 6, 7, 8 years. I mean,
Sheesh.
maybe even longer.
Probably longer. But, Charlemagne has his own podcast. And then, of course, he has his own podcast network to where he has a lot of talent on that roster with the podcast network. We up next.
Come on now, son.
Yeah.
But he also showed that like how he just took his personality, because he was behind the scenes a lot when he started in radio, and then when he got with the Breakfast Club, you started to see a lot of his own personality take the forefront, and then he just took his own personality and just implemented in these certain, I don't know, like different arenas like podcasting, and also just showing how you can be yourself and create a lane for yourself in doing so. Because think about it, that's not even his name. His name is not Charlemagne the God. That's not his name.
It's Leonard.
Right. But who do we know him as? The God. Not my God, but like the God.
Some people call him Charla, Uncle Charla, Charlemagne.
Come on now.
whatever. Whole point is the identity that you can have when you start to do your own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just leaps and bounds beyond anything that anybody else can pay you and put in your pockets when it comes to something like radio. Now, don't get me wrong. I went to school for journalism. All right. I wanted to be on the radio badly when I was growing up. I wanted to be a radio personality. I looked up to greats like Funkmaster Flex and Angie Martinez. Yeah. Those two were big inspirations to me when I was growing up. Fun fact, I actually met Angie Martinez at my job not too long ago.
Say what?
Yeah.
Isn't she still doing radio too? Well,
she sure is.
Is it radio or podcasting that she's technically in?
She might be dabbling in podcasting.
I feel like even
to be honest, but I know she's been on the radio for years, since I was a kid, man. And when I saw her in person, I got to chop it up with her. I got to talk to her and tell her like, she inspired me so much. And it was just dope meeting her in person. I never thought that I would ever meet Angie Martinez.
And you know what's kind of dope about it is like, when you think about Angie Martinez, right, and how she was in radio, in a sense, bro, she was already, that was kind of her show. It's kind of like when you start podcasting, you become that brand. You become your own essential radio show. And it's just like, I think that's what is important that we teach people, that you're embodying when you start this journey, bro. It's like you giving people you versus, I don't know, just like this cookie cutter. Because when I think of radio, bro, I think of a bunch of commercials. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know why, but it's just a bunch of commercials, some music, and then you might get a little talking, But it's really the radio personality that you're really, really tuning into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
we're based out of Atlanta. So one radio personality that a lot of people know here in Atlanta is it's 6 o'clock. Time for
Greg Street.
Everybody here knows that jingle. Everybody knows it because Greg Street is really big on the radio here and has been big on the radio here for more than a decade.
Yeah.
So shout out to radio personalities. Like I said, Funk Flex, Angie Martinez, Greg Street, Charlamagne the God, even Wendy Williams when she was on radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people paved the way, in my opinion, for the podcasting industry, in all honesty.
Yeah, for sure. And shout out to, I don't know if y'all remember this, but Joyce Littell, she used to do the Quiet Storm on...
I think she still does.
Man, look, when I tell you as a kid, I'm telling you in elementary school, she used to be able to, she used to play them soft songs, and I used to play the radio going to sleep. But that was like her own, and essentially, that was her own podcast in a short way, man, of just being herself, and her voice was just so soothing. And I don't know, she gave me some type of insight on how you can create your own lane within a lane, because of course she was on the radio, so she had to be within certain guidelines.
Of course. So with that being said, I mean, I'm not here to tell every single person who's watching that you need to have your own show, but with us going to the Black Effect Podcast Festival this year, we met so many dope people who hadn't even started a podcast yet.
Yeah.
They told us that they were interested in starting. They told us that they were about to start. And of course, like we mentioned in the vlog, they looked up to us because we had been doing this for 4 years and they were asking us for advice. So I want to say that this video is just a little bit more advice for some of you guys out there who are struggling with starting your own show, who are struggling and don't know what to do or why you should even do it.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, you always know that you have to just start first and foremost. Stop being in your head, because that'd be the hardest part. And whatever you have around you, that is enough. I promise you don't need you don't need everything. You just need to have what you have and just start. But it does start with first figuring out where do you want to be, who do you want to talk to? You know what I mean? I think that's one of the biggest things that we do got to let them know first, because you can't just turn on the camera and not have an idea of where you want to go.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a part of the planning process, and it takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that you, as the viewer who are watching us right now, y'all need to figure that out. Mm-hmm. Take some time. Think about what it is that you want to talk about, who it is that you may want to speak to, and how frequently you want to do it. Those are things that I think would help you to get started on that journey. If you guys have made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video for you. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. It's completely free and it goes a long way.
Also, don't forget to leave a comment, because we like to hear from y'all. We want to know what y'all think. Is the video good? Does it suck? Did you learn something from it? Just say hello. Put a smiley face. I don't care. Just write something. Interact. Communicate. We like those things.
Now back to the video. So I will say this. The last thing that we want to leave y'all with is just a look at some of the biggest podcast deals in recent history. Because remember, like we said, there are plenty of people who are transitioning from radio to podcasting. Yeah. We actually know a few people, you know, like Flew Here, Grew Here podcast. Both of the girls were on radio. I'm sure they might still dabble in radio here and there, but they have their own podcast. Yeah. And, you know, a few other of our peers are doing the same thing. I know one specific one that we actually met through Flew Here, Grew Here. Okay. She was involved in radio, or actually she was involved in a different form of media, but she just launched her own podcast recently. Now. Come on. Shout out to Ebony Kiera. With that being said, let's talk about some of the biggest podcast deals in most recent history. Okay. What you got for us?
So as y'all know, this man, I mean, he used to host television shows back in the day that we all used to watch, man, like, you know, Fear Factor and things like that. Your boy Joe Rogan. This man had a $250 million. I'm gonna correct that. Has a $250 million contract. Think about that. $250 million, bro. I
think Joe Rogan is the top podcast earner right now,
bruh. Like, and I'm trying to wrap my head around that number. Y'all gotta understand, like,
this is according to Google, by the way. This is where we're pulling the sources from.
You know, some of the other big names is Alex Cooper. You know, $125 million.
With Sirius XM.
Come on, what? Like, and then you have the Kelsey brothers. They got $100 million. Or, let me correct that. Over $100 million deal. So it's like, bruh, there's so much money in this podcasting thing. Cause I don't even need $100 million. You give me about 50, 40 of that thing. I still take.
I'll take the $100 million. I don't know what he's talking about,
bro. Like, no. Come on, bro.
Give me the $100 million. I'll gladly take that,
dude. And it's
listen. If Residual Impact is up on the chopping block for $100 million deal, I do not need you talking us out of that.
You're right. That's when we got to get a lawyer. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, look,
I mean, we're gonna have a lawyer regardless, but
man, we
got to have somebody to comb through that contract with a fine-tooth comb.
Big facts, because that is when it's going to be like, hey, who are y'all? We're going to give you this money, but it might come with some stipulations as well, too. So I think that is something that you do have to be considerate of. But as y'all see, bruh, it's money to be made out here and just putting yourself out there and creating your own lane and your own content. So don't be afraid to start, bruh, because, hey, it's out here and you're never too late.
You got to go get it.
I think that's what a lot of times, too. Think about it. Remember when we were starting, we was like, man, you know, we could be too late to the table, because there were people making money back then that we were looking at. But now look,
because we started this not too long after pandemic time. Like, people already had podcasts before the pandemic, and they were picking up steam before the pandemic. And then all of a sudden, 2020 hit, and that's when everybody was in the house. Everybody was tapped in a podcast. And those people just took off. Mm-hmm. So imagine if we didn't start around the time that we did, and we started back in like 2018, 2017, 2016 instead.
That makes me think, though, you're never really too late.
No, you're never too late. I said all of that to say, listen, you're still not too late. We started when we started. We wish we started earlier, but the most important thing is we actually started. Yeah. So for those of you who are watching and wish that y'all started sooner, start now. Because eventually you're going to get to the point to where you say, you know what, I'm glad I started when I did. And then you're going to have people who are looking at you because you have skin in the game. You don't just have your foot in the door, but you don't step your whole body in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're there. Yep. We're 4 years in the game. Yep. We could have been in longer, but it's okay. 4 years is a good resume to have.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Believe it or not, it's funny, I just thought about this. I actually have a video call with somebody today that has seen me do podcasting. They're like, hey, how did you start? What did you do? Like, can you give me some advice? Bro, like, I mean, you'd be surprised, man. And I don't know. I promise you, I don't know everything. We just started this, bro. And we're learning as we go. I learn as I go.
That's all you can do.
That's it, bro.
You're not going to be perfect when you start. Mm-mm. You don't have to have all of the equipment to start. We started with a couple of mics that we bought off of Amazon, USB mics, by the way. We had 2 phones that we recorded with, and to this day, we still record all of our content on a cell phone, on a smartphone. Yes. Whether it's Apple or Android, doesn't matter. As long as you have a working camera that can record you, handle that.
That's it. And you're going to get good. Promise you. Keep going. You're gonna get good.
We recently bought, like mini portable mics. Now, we've had portable mics that we can clip onto our shirts so that we can, carry around with us when we go out in public. We've had that for a little while, but we just got some more portable ones, I will say, that work better with our phones, I think. So.
No, I agree. I mean, y'all hear how good I sound?
Anyway, that's besides the point. This video has been long enough. We just wanted to turn the camera on just to let you guys know that, again, this is mainly for many of the people who we met recently at the podcast festival who are just interested in learning how to start. Yeah. Not only that, I'm sure there are going to be more people who come across our channel or more people who we're going to meet in person who are going to want this information. Sure. So we've laid it out for you. We've told you some of our opinions and our stories and what it is that we've gone through. You've heard from other creators, and you heard some of the deals that some of these podcasters are making out here. Okay? So all you have to do is get started. Yeah. What do I always say?
You ain't got to be great to start.
But you got to start to be great.
I'm telling you.
So
that's so true.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot leave without saying,
where you are today
is a residual outcome
of the thoughts you had in the past.
Just like that. Got anything else for the people?
No, I just saved a lot of money on my car insurance.
All right, we're not going to keep doing that. And I didn't even push you that hard. Don't even play. Don't play. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.